We're all exhausted from woke crap, or performative diversity, as I like to call it. You know, people just shoving in politically expedient crap in TV movies and political demonstrations, not to serve any particular group, but to serve themselves. I cannot believe Pelosi and Schumer for real put those costumes on and knelt in the Capitol building. We're reaching levels of pandering that shouldn't be possible! While wokeism is mostly a left-wing thing, virtue signaling is bipartisan as hell, and that's what we're talking about today. Let's jump in with some recent news. You know about the Bud Light thing. You have to. It was downloaded to your brain against your will like a fucking U2 album. God, what a stupid move, right? Like, who thought Audrey Hepburn was gonna be a good spokesman for beer? And then the VP of marketing followed that up by calling their consumers frat boys. Well, this is a funny fail situation. We can make some popcorn and laugh at their expense, right? No, they're not laughing. They're grabbing soapboxes and AR-15s. Guys, no! Make memes, not cringe posts. They can't hear me over the shooting. Sensing libtard blood in the water, everybody and their conservative brother decided to take a brave stand suddenly against this beer that is now safe to call disgusting. That's right, it's now cool to hate the taste of Bud Light, which is far and away the best-selling beer in America, so somebody was drinking it. This reminds me of hating on Nickelback. That's the cool thing to do, but they're still touring. Somebody's buying the tickets. I don't know if you guys have listened to All the Right Reasons, but the first few tracks, minus Photograph, are really great background music for stuff. Look, if you don't like the company directly talking down to you, calling you a frat boy, backing the trans movement that you don't agree with, I totally understand that. Don't buy their beer. Make your stand. I love that. But don't suddenly act like you've always hated Bud Light and it's the worst beer that's ever been made. That is virtue signal drama. You don't have to do that. And also, don't proudly state that you're not going to buy Bud Light when you weren't buying Bud Light to begin with. Like me, I can't boycott Bud Light because I don't drink Bud Light. Because I don't drink that much beer. Because I'm a tight ass. Like 2 times a year that I buy beer, it's usually a Hefeweizen by Schlafly, which is delightful if you haven't tried it. Weedy beers are really nice. Like, they're not bitter like an IPA, but they still have a good body, like a good mouthfeel.
Mouthfeel? What is that? The inside of your cheeks are very sensitive. It's like the inside of your thighs, except with the tongue. Oh, God.
This is reverse virtue signaling. Being obviously seen to love or hate the thing that your political enemies hate or love. We need a word for this when the right does it, because woke is firmly connotated to the left. Like, we could go opposite. We could use like slept or knackered. Let me know your ideas. We can do this, team. The dumbest thing to do right now would be to blindly buy some random beer that's just capitalizing on being anti-whoa shit. Well, I suppose it was bound to happen. Conservative dad came out with ultra-right beer.
America, fuck yeah! It's 100% free of wokeness.
You don't want to put this in a can koozie, fellas. You want to display this proudly to let everybody know you don't drink some libtard, pussified, cuck beta beer. You drink the right beer. You drink the based brew. These are Sigma Suds. This is alpha alcohol. It's made with hetero hops. This ale is for males. Oh, this is cringy as hell. It's almost like eating a steak right in front of a vegan's face. Wait, what? That's been done? It's been done more than once? None of this is cool. You know what's cool? Confidence. Just drink what you want. Call it a day. What I'm drinking is exciting. Not because of the drink. It's just plain Folgers with whole milk because I'm out of cream and half and half.
This house is a fucking prison!
It's exciting because I have this really cool cow cup that I got from my friend Spencer, who I also buy my beef from. Half a cow at a time. You don't feed 6 kids unless you're buying in bulk, okay? If you like FarmTube or you want to see a barn cat named Hugh Hefner, head over to his channel and check it out. You will also see this longhorn named Funky Cold Medina. None of that's sponsored. We're just buds in real life. But if he were to lie to me about the weight of the next cow and undercharge me, I would never know. Another walking anti-woker. Oh, we're using slept. Sleepwalker! Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. And I have to admit, I have a bias. I don't like this guy for the exact same reason I never liked Marco Rubio. There's too much polish here for me to trust him. You know what I'm saying? Like, every single thing he does is precisely calculated to appeal to the anti-woke right. That thing with sending the illegal aliens up to the Hamptons, that was hilarious and expertly played. Then I realized how expertly it was played. Yeah, it scored some political points, but can we really say that it's any better than the aforementioned kneeling?
I think not!
Well, it finally bit him when he decided to push too hard on Disney. Now, in fairness, he didn't actually start that fight. They punched first with the Parents' Rights Bill or the Don't Say Gay Bill, depends on where you get your news. Once he saw that it was politically expedient to punch them, he began swinging daily.
I'm about to start swinging on my mama, I'm about to start swinging.
This is the hallmark of virtue signaling. It's making a giant fuss while not actually doing much. His fight against Disney is about optics and power, just like any other woke thing. Well, he finally decided that quips weren't enough, and he was going to punish them specifically with the power of the government. I seem to remember when I was a Republican, we were scolding Obama for picking winners and losers. You remember that phrase?
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Come to the Libertarian Party, kids. We have fun parties, and a guy that wears a rain boot on his head. Unfortunately, Disney is a billion-dollar multinational with an army of samurai warriors, and they embarrassed DeSantis pretty hilariously by defanging the board that was supposed to set things right. In the end, his virtue-signaling rhetoric backed him into a political corner, then he looked dumb when he got outmaneuvered. It's not over, he might get back at him, but he's gonna have to use the power of the government to do so, and that's not gonna look great when he announces his presidential bid and tells us all that Biden is bad because big government. This is one of the big issues with virtue signaling. It ties you to a cause and usually carries you away. I've talked before about the coming fight between feminists and transsexuals. It was all fun and games to shout, "Trans women are women," back when it was just a little plant, but now it wants more bodies, Seymour. Likewise, Ron is going to have to keep fighting Disney forever, lest he look like a coward. Lastly, let's talk books. Now, I want to let you in on a little secret of the homeschool world. That's right, I'm pulling back the curtain. First of all, are you sitting down? This group of people that doesn't use the government school system, the majority of us are not pro-big government. I'll give you a minute to recover from that earth-shattering news. For the most part, homeschool conventions are pretty chill. We're just there to buy books and maybe hear some talks about new teaching methods. They're not exactly Republican ragers, but some people do try to capitalize on the small government sentiment by selling anti-woke stuff. I really want to echo a point here that Eric July makes a lot. Just because your product is anti-woke doesn't make it good. Here is the first comic from the company that he started. He likes to point out that these comics are not woke, but they're also not anti-woke. There's a really big difference, and the latter doesn't guarantee quality. Here's an example, 2 publishers that you're gonna find at any homeschool convention. One is called the Tuttle Twins. These are kids' books that teach Judeo-Christian morals and capitalism. Overall, the quality is very good, and the moral is very upfront. It's a kid's book, but it's pro something, not anti-something. Another brand is kind of small, I don't want to bash them by name, but their booth always has signs like, "Are you tired of your kids learning woke stuff? Do you want to fight back against critical race theory? Buy our books and stick it to the socialists." Okay, well, people in '92 didn't want to annoy the media by re-electing George Bush, and I'm not going to buy your shit just to feel like I'm somehow making a liberal cry somewhere. I can't stress this enough. Learn from Hollywood's mistakes. Don't do what they do, but just red flavored. If you ever feel like you're owning the libs,
stop it. Get some help.
be pro you, not anti them. Again, to echo July, most woke content is generally garbage, but that means the playing field is weak right now. It's your chance to do great things, but you have to bring quality products. Will conservative dad make a few bucks from ultra-right beer? Most assuredly. Will the company still exist 1 year from now? Doubtful. If you have an idea for a quality entertainment product, this is your time. And I believe in you, so get the fuck after it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.